Welcome to BioClass. Today we will discuss the importance of species diversity in the ecosystem and loss of biodiversity. In biodiversity, we have got that species area relationship. It means that the space area, if it is increased and the number of species will increase, that type of definition we have got. Now question is, does this number of the species is really matter the functioning the ecosystem? It means that the number of species, if it is more in ecosystem, that will be the more stable, or if it is less in ecosystem, species is less is ecosystem, then it will be more stable. Okay, so let's find the answer from this book which is given. A stable community should not show too much of variation in productivity from year to year. That you know. Okay, one stable community, stable systems, it is too much variation of productivity. It will be, it will not show. It means the next year huge, then another year is less. That kind of variation it does not show. Now, if we will not disturbed by man-made or natural or the aliens or any other. Okay. Now we have to see this the important line. David Tillman's long-term ecosystem experience using outdoor plots provide some tentative answers that we have to get. David Tillman Tillman found that the plots with more species showed less year-to-year variation of the biomass. Now look at here. It is more species and less year-to-year variation. If it is less year-to-year variation, it means that it is stable. So in other words, that more species will be the stable community. Here it is written also. He also showed that his experiment increased diversity contributes to higher productivity. So now the conclusions here that in the beginning of that class it is asked, which community is more stable, species rich or species less? So we have got that the species rich, more species rich community is more stable community than species less. Now here is another question. It is told in biodiversity that every species is important, but question here, the importance is equal or not equal? Does it really matters to us if few species become extinct? Every species is same importance in nature. Species is very important, but every species is same important. The number of species is all the time, it is if it is more, then it will be good. Is it all the time? It is not true. You know, in your locality, suppose 20 street dog is there. If it is reduced into 10, the number of the member is less, but it does not create any problem to the ecosystem. There are some species, look at here, there are more important and there are some less important. What would Western Ghat ecosystems are less functional if one of its tree frog species is lost forever? Suppose tree frog, it is 25 species is there. If it is reduced into 24, is there any big problem? or here another, it is told that effects of life is affected if ant species reduced into 15,000 from the 20,000. Here answer will be no, not such problem will be there. It means that another word that in the species there are some important species and there are some not so important species. So, importance is there. It is told that in biodiversity every species is important, but here also the divisions it is there. We can see this one that Paul Ehrlich, the ecologist, and his the famous rivet popper hypothesis. Let's see this one. Paul Ehrlich compared an aeroplane as an ecosystem. So, this is aeroplane, one ecosystem, and it is flying. Okay. Now, this is ecosystem, and here that the rivet, which is screw and all other, that is the species. So, rivet here, rivet is species, just compare the species. Okay. Now, he asked that if any of that rivet if it loose and drop over there, so there will be any problem of this this flight, any plane crash will be there. So, here answer will be no. If from the passenger chair that one screw is dropped, then this passenger may be that passenger will fall. In any other sides, if it is there, then it will be loosened. So, all the screw which is fitted over the airplane, that is not equally important like species. Species also, but one thing you have to understand that every screw is important. Every screw, that is why it is over there. Like that in biodiversity, in ecosystem, every species is important, but this importance it is I mean it will vary. Here, but the wing that here the screw is there, if this screw will drop, only 2-3 screw will drop, then plane will crash. It means that there is some screw which is present at over there in the blade, that is more important. According to him, he told that this is called the species or keystone species. So, what is keystone species? That let's know that what is exact. Killed forest, which is brown algae in sea, it is a very good food, food to the it is a home for 1,000 invertebrates animal, the scaled forest, and it is food also for them, the thousands of that. Now, this scaled forest it is also eaten by the sea urchin. Sea urchin, it can save from other animal for its spine, so that it can survive more and it can destroy that scaled forest. If a scaled forest is destroyed, then 1,000 species will be I mean homeless and they may be extinct. Okay. Now, sea otter can eat only that sea urchin. Sea urchin, and so that sea otter it can save that 1,000 animals over there. So, sea otter here the keystone species. Sea otter, if we remove that sea otter from this structure, then huge number of species will be extinct. So, the keystone species means that which play here the key role of the ecosystem. Loss of diversity. It is very clear that to understand that day by day we are losing our biodiversity, the members and the species of the nature. Whatever figure if you can get here, that the more number still it is not there, and every day it is increasing in alarming rate. Here we can show you the recently extinct animals which is given in your book, that you should know that the dodo from the Mauritius, this bird, the quokka that from the Africa, and here the Steller sea cow, Russia, and thylacine from the Australia. They recently that it is extinct, that no member is there. It is alive in condition. About 74 species per day becomes extinct. It can be 3 species per hour. As we are talking now, this time also, here 15,000 species worldwide are facing threat of extinction. So from IUCN conservation, the criteria, the biodiversity red list data, that from we can able to understand that the fact, and it is record that critically endangered are endangered and collapsed and extinct. It is not given. So here still hope is there that species which is there from the vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, and the collapse. This types it is there. Now if the extinction, if we can see that extinction, it is during long period, that 3 billion years since the origin of the diversification of the earth, where 5 episodes the mass extinction of the species. But the 6th extinction, it is a major type. If we can show you here in a little bit here. So it can be, if it is from the that one, this is the sixth one, then extinction, that magnitude, it comes this. So this can be 1,000 times more than other. Because in this area the human activity, increase of the human population, that I think you can understand that pollution, everything is increased. That is why that 6th extinction is much more than other. Causes of biodiversity. Causes of biodiversity, there are, if we count in 4 major causes, the evil quadrant, that habitat loss and the fragmentation, over exploitation, alien species invasion, and co-extinctions. So this 4, here we can see that the habitat loss, it means that home if it is not there, any organism. So how it can happen? It can happen the reducing the forest areas. The onset of human civilization 8,000 years, that 40% area covered with forest, 60 crore hectare. In 24 crore hectare, it is reduced in 8,000 years, and in present day it is, and now 24% forest is left in 36 crore. So if you keep that rate, it means that 185 meter by 185 meter, it is, we are losing in 1 hour. When you are listening this video, that time also, that huge number of area that we are clearing, the forest area it is cleared, and so many organisms, species becomes homeless. So this is the first cause here, the most important cause, that is the habitat loss. That when habitat means home or space, it is not there for the organism, then it becomes endangered, endangered and critically endangered. And if it is long term, if like this it will happen, then it becomes extinct. Okay. Over exploitation, here when needs turns to greed, here hunting is the one of the exploitation. We know that the different animals we have lost, like dodo and others, steelhead, sea cow. So here I can show you that this passenger pigeon. These are the extinct animals and the different region that exploited by human being. Alien species, another one. Alien species invasion. That is the different kind of alien species like Nile perch introduced in the Lake Victoria in the East Africa, and eventually the extended ecological unique assemblage of the 200 species. Look at here. Here this is the Nile perch. It's so big species that it can kill others also, and if it is introduced, then the species, I mean, biodiversity will decrease. Another are the lantana. Lantana in Bengali it is called putush job. I think everybody you have seen. If you go a little bit outskirts, then get that. It is all over the India. It is there. Water hyacinth also, every pond almost it is there. So all these are that the species which can reduce that the native species over there, and that Periplanta americana, it reduced the Blatta orientalis of ours. Next is co-extinction. This is a very not difficult to understand in that the co-extinction. Co-extinction, if it is any species which is if any species is extinct and with that related some other in symbiotic and other relation, obligatory relationship, if it is any species there, that also extinct. If host fish species become extinct, then evening assemblage parasite also will extinct. So here the co-extinction, when the species become extinct, the plant and animal species associated with obligatory, and co-evolved plant pollinator may be extinct. Co-evolution also we read the previous part. The parasites become extinct along with the host. Okay. Co-extinction also affect the predator and the prey also. I think you can understand in the ecosystem it is changed. If chain is broken, then the problem will occur. So that is about today's part. Next part we will discuss that why should we conserve biodiversity. All right. Thank you.